In previous video, I created connection to download financial statements from Reuters website based on the ticker symbol that I have here. Out of this data, I would like to make some short summary, so I prepared a template here. And as I don't want to go back to that sheet again to change the ticker, I added the ticker symbol here on the summary page, so I will just make a reference there. So whenever I change it, it will automatically change the ticker symbol for URL. I don't need this tab anymore, so I will hide it. Now I will start to build this summary for income statement. So if we look at the data that I downloaded, we can see here in the columns the categories from income statements and then the dates. So first thing we need to know is the date of the financial statement. So in this case, if we want the first column, it will be this one, September 20. But we cannot use this one because it will always change for each company when we refresh the data. So what will be still there the same is column A. So I will add here reference to column 1 and just use offset function to consider column which is next to it on the right, like this. Now when I have this function here, the problem is that this column is moving, and again when there will be different date it will show error. So what we can do is take column 1, add a colon, put it once again here. It's same thing as the dollar sign in the formula, so it will consider absolute value. Now when I copy this formula, it remains the same. Now what I need to change is the position, so it will be 2 columns to the right, 3 columns and so on. So I will again add here the function column. I can refer to the column that I'm using, so column B3, but as it is in second column B, I have to add -1 to work properly. So now I have the dates that I was looking for, and I can start to add the data for income statements categories. So I will start with total revenue. So I will need to find in which row it is. I will fix A because I will copy this formula to the right. I will be looking column A. Again, I will fix it, and I need exact match, so it's a 0 value. Now I know that it's in row 3, so if I use index function and consider all this table as an array, then I have row numbers already, which was row 3, and I will add here column number, and I will use here again match function, and I will be looking for the date that is in row 3, and I will be looking in line 1, and again it needs to be exact match. And now it will show the result from income statement for that current date. So 274,000. Okay, so it's working. Problem is that it's not a number, but it's a text, so I will need to convert it. So I will use value function, put it all into this function, and now it's a number, so I can add decimals if I need, and so on. I can just simply copy this formula to the right and also to down. Now I have here data for total revenue, cost of revenue, so I can calculate the gross profit, and gross profit is just total revenue minus cost of revenue. I can again copy this formula to the right, and I will calculate gross margin, which is gross profit divided by total revenue. So we can see that the Apple had in 2020 38% gross margin. Another category, I can just copy the formula that I had in the first line and for all basically that I need. I will add here operation margin. It's again just operating income divided by total revenue. Copy it to the right. Same thing with profit margin. Now we can see that Apple had 21% profit margin. So from every dollar they earned, they are keeping 21 cents for themselves basically. Here I have earnings per share. So I can add here decimals to see the details. Same for dividends per share, and we will calculate the dividend payout ratio, which is dividend per share divided by earning per share. So we can see that the Apple had a healthy 24% payout ratio. So basically out of these 21 cents, which they keep for themselves, they are paying out 24% to their shareholders. So this is a quick summary of income statements. I can add here also year instead of date to have it nicer. I can hide these or just make it blank. And now I have summary of income statement for Apple. We can do the same thing also for balance sheet and cash flow, and we can use this simple reference function to make summary of the data that we need based on data that we queried from other website. So what I will do now is I will change the ticker to, let's say, Microsoft. And now I can go to data and refresh all, or I can right click on one query and refresh it. As we were just using income statement only, I will refresh only that one. Refresh all button would refresh all three queries that we have here. Now when the data is refreshed, I can see already summary for Microsoft, and I can see were their ratios and what was income statement of this company.